Let's go! G'day everyone, Artist Wayne here. And on this beautiful Saturday morning, that's right, we were riding Saturday because the following day was Mother's Day. And we all love our mummies and wanted to spend time with them. That's if we survived today's ride, because our lead rider was Michael. And we were hitting every big ass, gnarly, rocky, rutted hill in the Wattigans we could find. And Michael was joining all of these big hills with a single trail safari. But you don't need to see the single trails, because today was all about the hill climbs. Isn't my mate Ian Minus a gentleman? And joining Ian, Michael and I on this ride was Luca, who would take over from Michael as our navigator in the afternoon. Roger the French assassin was there. Simon, Marty, Richard, and fellow WR250 rider, Santiago. And let's not forget the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Alan Wilson. Now these little rocky hills were just appetizers before we got into the main course of hill climbs. Because today's ride culminated with the hill they call Hill Well, hopefully it lived up to its name, because I was excited when I heard about it. And when we weren't going uphill, we were going down steep, rutted trails. And after stopping for lunch, just a short break to have whatever you brought in your backpack, thanks Roger for sharing, it didn't take us long to arrive at Hell Hill. Now there are two hills to choose from, and whilst we were waiting for the other riders to arrive, I thought I'd check out the hill we were going to ride down. And now that everyone was here, it was time to ride Hell Hill. Now Michael and Marty were in front of me, but Michael got stuck. And yes, I can tell you now, Hell Hill is very, very steep. In fact, it's steeper than it looks. And when I turned around, there was Alan Wilson pointing to a trail that ran up the left-hand side of Hell Hill. Look out, boys and girls, because things were about to get serious. Because when one rider points to a trail like that, it's on. Alan might as well have taken his glove off and slapped me in the face and said, "Hey, say, old chap, I challenge you to a duel." It was on, boys and girls. Alan Wilson on his KTM free ride versus the mighty WR250R. One rider with loads of talent versus another with none at all. And it became clear pretty quickly that we were in for a hard time. But we were currently neck and neck, and I'm pretty sure we were now level pegging with Michael. And as I dug a big deep hole with my rear tyre, Alan started to forge ahead. It's time to get serious, boys and girls. It's like a chess game and I was about to make my move. Although I didn't move far. Although bit by bit I was climbing, and any kind of forward movement was definitely appreciated. It was absolute mayhem on this hill. There were bikes all over it. Richard was just behind Alan and I could hear bikes trying to get up the right-hand side of Hell Hill. Bit by bit I was getting closer. But Alan just wouldn't give up. There was just no stopping him. He was like a machine. I mean, if it was a competition on who could dig the deepest holes, I would have won it hands down. No problem at all. Oh no, Richard was having trouble. And that's when I saw something I'm not sure I was supposed to see. I'm not sure what Alan was doing with his KTM, but I swear I heard him say, "Who's your daddy?" Good save, Al. Good save, Al. So whilst Alan was having a rest there, Richard was having a rest behind me. It was time to make a move. No, I'm good. I've never played Tetris before, but I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. Well, there you go. Alan made it, and now Richard's in front of me. Boom! Always feels good to move forward. Finally, the cavalry had turned up. I have a sneaking suspicion we picked the harder side of Hell Hill. Richard looked absolutely knackered, whilst Alan rode his bike up the last part of Hell Hill. I told you he was a machine. I must have had delusions of grandeur thinking I'd beat him up this big-ass hill. Roger, the French assassin, gave it a red-hot go, but in the end he had to call defeat. So those that made it continued the loop around and down to the other hill I had started on. Then it was time for Luca to take us on some trails. Actually, I'm not sure we were riding a trail or making a trail. And then Luca had us finishing with Slippery Rock Hill. It was a fantastic hill to finish another epic riding day. We did, however, happen to lose poor Marty along the way, and Ian managed to headbutt a tree. And I'm pretty sure he came off second best. I'm Artist Wayne Dowson, and thanks for watching, everyone.
I saw stars out of that one.
You love punishing yourself, Ian.
Oh, I'm still seeing stars.
Take it easy, mate. We're almost home.